Hello again, once again, everybody. Thetimix here. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager, the Daddy's Boy Challenge, final one of the rookie set. And here in Race 8, it is a critical point in the season. The last two races have not gone as expected. Dubai went in favor of Spartan, and they took a 2-point lead, but then they got only a single point in Guildford. And we extended to our largest lead by a bit of the year at 10 points. So now coming up next is Singapore in just over 3 weeks. And as you can see, gearbox and brakes are the key parts, and those are the two that we are best at. So this is a chance for us to really grab this by the throat, or if you'll pardon the pun, to put the hammer down and take control of this championship race. We are not without concerns, though. I mean, this is going to be our best chance for the rest of the year, I think. So, if we don't seize it here, we could be in trouble. I really need to expand our lead here. Definitely need to get Gabler the win, and I want to get some points out of Stone as well. Finances, obviously a concern. We are done building parts. This is going to be our final spoiler. Excuse me. It's going to be done in a few days. And then we're just going to work on maxing those out. We got a couple sponsor openings. As I mentioned at the end of the last session, going to fill those in and try to cut into this financial deficit. So, let's see what we've got. $12 hours. Not interested in any of that. Okay, let's take a look at our interview with WSN. Gabler had to apologize to the representative from Guildford today after she soaked him in a shower of champagne spray at the podium. What are your thoughts on her behavior? She's just playing around. She didn't mean any harm. We'll go with that. The chairman didn't like that answer. Oh, that's too bad. Deal with it. We're in first place. You're not doing anything to me. Yeah, Junior's reasonably happy. I'm going to be just fine. Okay, yeah, 4 days left there. Our spoilers are up to second, nearly as good. We're up, still number one in those, a little bit behind on speed, somewhat behind in suspension, but nearly as good as Atsuno on the spoiler now. So, let's move along. Starting to get some sponsor offers in. We'll wait on those. Atsuno has opened a new telemetry center. Okay, well, not just us and Spartan investing in their HQ. Atsuno thinks that they're a player. They want to upgrade. Let's take a look at our factory. What can we improve? Well, we can improve that spoiler. Brakes are at max. Engines at max. Gearboxes at max. Suspension's at max. So all we can do is work on the spoiler. Definitely going to want reliability there. Nope, it's not what I wanted. There it is. Spoiler's still going to get done first. Before the reliability, even by putting it all in there. So that's what we want. More sponsor offers. We don't care about those. Let's go clear this off. And again, you don't have to, but I just prefer getting rid of all those notifications. Spoilers finished. Let's go ahead and get those parts sitting on the correct vehicles now. Alright, so Stone is going to take the one that's a little better. There we go. It's not going to change our opinions. And go ahead and throw these in. Still got plenty to get this done before the next race. Can even have a few of our employees, yeah, a quarter of them, 5. Can have them working on the performance. You can see there's a pretty significant gap here. About 70 points on each that we can boost. But yeah, all I've got there is the sponsors. Okay. We're not going to design any more parts. Again, due to the financial situation. I'd like to go up with a suspension or whatnot, but really can't afford it. A couple more days. Yep, still want to be in that 15.5 distribution. The Black Sea, round 6 of the GT Challenger as they get into their second half of the year. Upcoming vote. I wonder if you're interested in voting in favor of the addition of Black Sea GP in the next vote. I can make it worth your while if you know what I mean. Fumito. And they're actually not doing the votes in these challenges because those don't actually take effect until the next year. So this is basically a free $250,000. That's what this is. Why not? We'll go along with that. Stick where we are. And we see the one spoiler's almost there, the other one's getting there. And we have more or less gained several points on each of these spoilers, but most of it remains to be done. Okay, we've got Bobby Stone, you're bang on the target of first. Not bad at all. After last time, he wanted to make sure I knew I was going to be fired if I didn't get first, so he's happy. Okay, Singapore, 50 laps, 2.63 miles. Likely to be some rain during the race. That would be nice. Brakes are important, and we're the best at that. Super soft and soft. Pretty abrasive track. Okay, and Andrea Gabler, happy to know about our top speed, is pleased with us being one of the best. Just below Spartan, but we're one of the best. Yeah, we can tick that down one spot. 14 on the reliability. Former WMC team principal considers us the favorites. Gabler is not feeling the pressure of being at top of the standings. Doesn't bother me at all, to be honest. And she's got such a lead, there really isn't any pressure in terms of that. The only pressure is for the team result. Eva Blasi thinks that Dogtooth can get to the podium. One of her favorite tracks. We'll see how that pans out. And Stone extremely concerned about the status of the team's finances. Well, I'm working on that. That's why I accepted that bribe. Did you see that? That should be pretty. You should be pretty happy with that. Spoiler, and see, our spoiler work is done enough now to get us past Atsuno. So that's 3 of the 5 parts that we're number 1 on. We're number 2 on the others, and the cars that are better on us are different. Atsuno in the suspension, Spartan in the speed. So we're looking pretty good. We've had the top car overall, but we're in a little more dominant position than it was before. And we can just sneak that last little bit of work in there. So we can see both of these now down, we've got about maybe 15 points, roughly 12, 15 points improved in each of those. And we should be able to accelerate it after this race is done. It's time to take a look at our sponsors. 3 of them for this 3rd or above target, and that's the one that we normally hit. And honestly, the 1.5 million up front here is the big deal, because we've only got 5 races left. This is going to be our last deal. This is a slightly bigger bonus, but it's not going to matter compared to the bigger payment up front. So we'll take that 1.5, cutting our deficit almost in half. What about the first slot? And we got a sort of a similar thing going on here. We can get triple the home race bonus in Japan. We've got a Japan race coming up, but I want the money now. And they're not going to give us any money now. We'll take Play Sport. Okay, so we've cut down that deficit quite a bit, but it's still there. We're going to lose a little bit more money per race, of course. But I'm hoping, like, if we can get anything close to this, then it'll really help us end the season roughly even. So that's looking good. And now they're letting us know that the reliability work is done. And yeah, we'll put everybody in there, and it's still going to take a month to max out these spoilers. A lot of work to be done on those yet. Let's go with that. And we see less than 100K if we hit our bonuses. That's what we're going to lose. Everybody's still happy. And what's interesting here is they figure our card is good enough that we can finish first and second in this race. If we did that, that would be a heck of a thing. Now, the email said we're going to have rain, but it still says clear for the race, so we'll see who's right about that. It's time to head out to Singapore. Round 8. You can see by the outline of the track here, lots of twists and turns, speeding up and slowing down. That's what our car is made for. Okay, now we'll go with our usual approach to weight stripping. 75 unless it's a crucial part, in which case it's 85. And something I haven't done much of, but since all the parts are fully developed on reliability, they're all the same duplicates in terms of like how much red zone they have, all that. Just hit that apply to other car button, and we got our 315 bonus. And do we want to go softs or super softs? It's a 50-lap track. And, you know, if we were going, we would have to start on softs, which would basically mean forgetting about getting into the qualifying sponsor bonus. If we started on softs, we could probably do a one-stop with one of each. Otherwise, we want to go with all super softs and a two-stop strategy. So the thing about it is, it's going to have to be a two-stop strategy for fuel purposes for Stone anyway. It's better to have a unified tire strategy for both drivers, because then you can max out the bonus in practice from the the trim bonus. We don't want to have like 5% for each. We want to be using one that we've got 15% on. So I think I definitely want to go with super softs here. I think that's going to be the best strategic choice. I think that's about the right area. Let's start with that for Gabler, who was looking pretty good with that approximately 7.4, and Balcazar down at about 5, which isn't bad. And way over on the acceleration side here, and we'll go with something like that. Super softs. Okay. Singapore practice, here we come. This is my first go round at this track. Now let's get out there. Race trim 4, so the usual 8 and 4. And Gabler now down to 5.3, where Balcazar is at 6.7, but they're both solid. You see, this looks like we're driving through a street somewhere. We've got some twists and turns. Right, left, right, left. And we kind of got this little squared off U-turn thing there, and then we start accelerating. Slows down a bit here as we go around, and then another long straight, and then into a real hairpin of a turn here, and then back into the finish. So there are a couple nice straights in that long loop we can see at the top of the mini map. But a significant part of it is just back and forth, up and down, right and left. Gabler wanting stiffer handling. If you look at the tire mixture, it looks like, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, just a bare majority, 11 to 9, going with the super softs as we are. So there looks like there's a mix of ideas on what to do with that. We're doing pretty well in the early times. Of course, I'm not really concerned about it. And Gabler not only wants stiffer handling, but wants more weight in the front. Best time out of 8 drivers in, but still has some things to say. Higher speed corners for Balcazar as we hit our level 1 race trim. And tires starting to get pretty hot. I'm going to have to go back and conserve. So it took almost 4 minutes to get the tires heated up good here. We look at our temperature at 26 degrees. And it's going to stay about that warm through the whole weekend from what I saw. So that means we're going to be running conserve a fair amount on the tires. I'm not going to be able to ride them really hard. And Gabler complaining about everything, wanting a more acceleration focused, less top speed, so she wants more acceleration, stiffer handling, more weight in the front. Balcazar wanting faster corners. Of course, I'll probably forget all that when I go back into the setup screen, but it's still good to keep it in mind. And we're about halfway through getting our trim set up. Balcazar liking where her speed's at. And you can see our time's definitely going down as the other teams figure things out. We're not even trying to. We're just trying to get used to the track. And Balcazar now making her final trip around as we hit level 2. Of course, we're going to see more from Gabler before she comes in. Cornering is really bad. 71%. Pretty good on the handling, excellent on the speed. Cornering is bad. Wants more high speed. Something like that. Handling probably about there. Yeah, let's just try that. See what works out. Of course, we're going to go to qualifying. And switch over to softs. Just never hurts to get some work going in on the other tires. Back off the tires again for Gabler. Just over halfway through that third tier. Definitely going to need to go around again here. Looks like once again we're not going to quite get there. Suspension having trouble with the tight corners, so we've got to adjust that. Looks like we put our handling in the wrong direction there. And there's Gabler, not quite able again to get there. We're going to be able to come in now for this lap, and it's looking like we're probably going to maybe make it to the soft tires in qualifying, maybe not. That's the usual routine, of course. And there it is. Level 3, approximately halfway through this lap. And yeah, I think it's going to be really close on getting that the soft tires qualifying trim in. But whether we get it or not, we've got the biggest ones. Poor, and okay. So this is going to be a crappy percentage. 70%. I'm frankly surprised it's that high. Wants more weight toward the front. Here. Wanted a stiffer handling, if I remember correctly. And if I don't remember correctly, or if it was wrong, I'm quite sure I'll be reminded. And then she wanted less top speed. And the problem with this is she wants them all down here. Which, I mean, there's only so much of that I can do. So yeah, let me just try that. Yeah. Try that and see how it goes. You know, there's only so much flexibility within the car when you want all of them on one direction or the other. So, gonna be a long change, 32 seconds. Yes, we know you don't like the handling. You told us that already. But you've still got to stay out there. A minute and a half, and this is going to be close. We'll go up faster now that we've got both drivers on it. But I think we're probably still going to come up just short. That's my best guess. Well, look at how close that is. Wants more ballast towards the front. Fix the handling. We got it. And we made it. Oh, we just did get the qualifying trim and the soft tires to level 1. So that is nice. See, Balcazar hating the cornering. Okay, good. She's got a lot of work to do there. Gabler going up to 7th. Our times, not winning any awards. But that's okay. You can see everybody that ran a faster time did it on Super Softs. We had Super Softs at the beginning, but ran our better times after we'd make some adjustments. And we're not close. We're not close to having everything dialed in. We're not worried about that at all. Claude Hughes is gutted by our showing of practice. Getting worried. Gabler disappointed with it as well. Everybody needs to relax. We're going to be fine. Hey, look, it's raining. It's raining for qualifying. Okay, so let's see how specifically that... Okay, we're going to be Probably just enough to use inters for about the first 3 minutes. And that looks like it's going to dry out. So for qualifying, what do we want to use? Well, we're going to be using super softs for qualifying. We don't need to bother with the light footed. So qualifying trim and super softs. That seems to be pretty obviously the way I'm going to go here. Okay, and yes, intermediates. I definitely want to get both cars out for as much as I can here because we are nowhere close. Okay, 76%. Okay, so poor to great. So probably like a little lower speed if I can. But we do want to go higher on the handling, so that will help us balance things out. Definitely want more acceleration. Okay, so maybe about there. The handling had gone in the wrong direction, so try like there or something. And then we were good on the top speed, but yeah, that's about right. Honestly, I think that looks pretty good. That should get us close. And then let's see about Stone. 52%. Boy, did we ever miss the boat on those adjustments. Very poor. Also very poor here. We want a lot lower speed. We want the handling more on the oversteer. And more top speed. So she was just pretty much wrong about everything. Now let's throw that about there. Something like that. Yeah, let's try that. Intermediates. Okay, let's get out there and have some fun. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Stone, not great. But of course, right here, I'm not too concerned about the time. I'm concerned about fixing our big problem. And that big problem is that our setup sucks. It's not going to be a long-term problem so long as I fix it today. I don't want to go into... or fix it in this session. I don't want to go into the second qualifying looking anywhere near like it looks now. Both drivers perfect tires going into their run. Gabler setting the pace. And we'll see how that holds up. Everybody now out. Rodriguez running a bit slower, but Rodriguez and Blasi the only ones running on super softs. And I guess a little too wet for that. Lead time in practice, 122.7. Gabler besting that by over half a second. That's a little under what they listed the track record at, but the track record was fairly close. And Stone coming in third out of 5. The weather now going away. It's going to get wet again here in a bit. Probably not going to have time to go out again while it's dry. I just want to stick on inters. And then probably get another run for each of them on those, unless we have a problem, unless we don't need it, but I think we're going to. 97%. Wow. I want to make some small adjustments there, but not any big ones. So based on the way this is looking, I think I want to send her back out at about 3 minutes. Just looking to tighten up that time, or that setup. And how about Stone? 88%. Okay, so both of them showing really major improvements. We're close to dialing this in, but we're not there yet, especially on Stone. We'll get there. And now the rain's starting to come back. That little bit of track grip that we had is disappearing. Oh, I'm sure you can. I'm going to do this at about 3.5. Okay, so we had poor there, very poor there, great. That was poor. And this could go either way. It might be best to do a little more understeer. That's the way I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess there. And then yeah, see if I can keep these both in excellent and dial that. Yeah, I just got to tweak it just a little bit. 97% isn't bad. I just want to get it that last little bit. See what happens with this. Patience. Patience, Stone. Okay, now I want to leave the speed balance right where it is. The handling, good there. Okay there. Great here. So I want a little more oversteer. And we got very poor, and poor. So if that was very poor, it looks like we want to be all the way on the low speed end. Let's try something like that. Got to remember to keep that speed in line. Yeah, well, I want that more. That's probably too far. Let's try that. At the very least, that should be better than 88%, get us into the mid-90s. Gabler running great, Stone not so great. So we're getting right into the best part for the intermediate tires here. And on we go. Gabler 0.3 seconds behind her first time, but she is dealing with some traffic. And of course she is also dealing with more worn down tires. Can't really match it with improvements in the setup because that's already been something. Yeah, half a second below her previous time, so that's going to hold. But it's way better than anybody else has done so far. So another issue could be her just knocking it out of the park. Now, half a second behind. Stone not looking good at all here. But he ran well enough in the first trial. He's not happy about that either. That's much slower than his first time. So we're just going to forget that second set ever happened, except for the sake of firming up our setup. It's about the only thing it was good for. But we definitely look good in terms of the times. I don't know how much of that, though, is due to just, the wet weather. Wet, dry, wet. We probably handled that transition better than the other drivers. So, first 5 out. Once again, none of the big ones. Orange up in 3rd and 5th. Spartan 7th and 12th for Lori. So, they'll definitely be looking to improve on that in the second session. Weather looking better for our second qualifying run. Alright, so here we are, end of the second qualifying stage, and I screwed up on the tires. Because whatever tires you finish qualifying 2 on, of course, you go into the race with, and now the tires I have are going to be worn. But there's nothing for it here. Particularly considering the way I had the files saved, I actually had to continue with this file or call it a day. So we're looking to get the best time we can, obviously, here. And the question is, do I want to go out 3 times? Let me take a look at the tires. And I don't really see any reason not to. I think I should be able to do 3 with Gabler. So go ahead and do that. Stone, also going to do 3. And they're locked into those bad tires. That's really going to suck. But we're going to have to adjust to that. Do the best that we can on race day. It is what it is. I don't want to send Stone out quite yet. And actually, I want to cancel that. I want to send Stone out first. Got to get my bearings here. Because Gabler will want to go out as close to the end as possible to try to get that pole position. I don't really care as much what Stone gets. Again, that's the reason for it. It's not just because I feel like being silly. So, here we are. We're going to try to get around 3 times. In order to do that, I don't want to wait too long before I get Gabler out there. So let's go now. Perfect there. Okay, I think this is a reasonable gap between the cars. So I'll just try to maintain everything. They're probably just going to come in, go right back out again. Just do a constant loop here for this final 10-minute qualifying session. See what we got for out of Stone. He is the first car out there. Now about, I've got some others. Rodriguez wasn't as fast, so there's something. And Gabler beating his time. So Stone happy with a time of just over 1:22. He comes back in. Gabler running faster than Laurie or Dutt in the early going. That's a good sign. Gabler running about half a second faster than Stone. But we would expect the times to drop overall. Still, it's nice to be in that place of setting the pace. Now the others have to beat us. Dutt, similar time. There's Laurie, faster, closer to Gabler, but not quite there. So the pressure now is going to be on the other drivers to surpass what Gabler has done. We're at 5.6 and 6.5. Quality showing there. So let's get right back out. Gabler, you go back out. And of course, not the best idea to be dealing with traffic here. Perfect tires once again for both. Can't ask for anything more than that here. Just keep it rolling. And now the grip has significantly improved again. It should be maxed out roughly at the end if we do get that third run in. But Stone's still running a slower lap so far. At least through his first sector. Did his fastest one in the second sector, but still 0.2 seconds off the pace. So he did cut a couple tenths off there, looks like. He's not happy with it, particularly the start, but a couple tenths off. You can see Gabler, 0.05, and not a large gap, but off of her first. She's still in the same spot, and yeah, okay, ran about 0.06 slower, so we're not super happy with that. See, Stone's down to 5.2, Gabler down to 6.0. Let's see now if we're going to have time to do another one, and I'm thinking probably Stone yes, Gabler no is how this is going to work in terms of the timing. Which leads to, is it even worth going back out? Yeah, and I don't think it is. You see, it's 1:21.5 is the best time. You go back out, you're not even gonna get around. So, not quite enough time to go for 3. We're just gonna sit in here and wait and see what everybody else does. So, in this case, I would have been better off waiting for, like, say, a minute at the beginning and then going out. Laurie improving on his previous time. but not for the second segment. You can see he's still almost 0.2 off, so it looks like Gabler has this. Holgerson not running great. Those are the faster cars. Yep. So I think that this is, I think Gabler's got the pole, which is great. Gabler on the pole and Stone in 4th. We could do a lot worse than that. Still going to have our struggles during the race because of the tire situation, but we're going to have to try to make the best of that. You can't expect for any stronger showing here. So we've done our job in terms of this round of qualifying. We just didn't do it the last round. And there it is. Pole position and by a good margin. Okay, so let's see what we have to go here. And if we look at the times here, we can see that it wasn't just that we were faster today. That 121.5, 121.6 that she was running, that's faster than anybody else has been running all week, or all through the qualifying, I should say. So Gabler just running, no class at all for Spartan MRT. I'll take that. And nothing else particularly interesting there. Gabler, an ominous form, it says the chase is on for everybody else, and that's true. So pole position, 2 points, 600K bonus. All of that's great. Pretty sure we're still set with this end. We are. Okay, so Gabler's tires suck, and Stone's aren't going to be a whole lot better. We're looking at Stone not looking that great, but Gabler looking well. Okay, so we definitely, of course, are going to stay on the super softs the whole darn time. Race trim. Super softs, race trim. Actually, no. We want the engine expert. Definitely want the engine expert there. Okay, and let's take a look at the tires. 9 laps. We're not going to get quite that many out of them, I'm sure. Fuel, we're going to want to really drop it down here. I don't see us getting any more than 5 or 6 laps. I really don't. And given that, what I think we want to do is have 3 laps of fuel. Make it 4. We'll run flat out for 2 laps. And, we may not even need 4 laps of fuel, but gonna run flat out for a couple laps and then pretty much switch over to hybrid right away. That's what I'm gonna need to do there. And if we can back off at all, that would be nice, but it's not going to do us any good because of the tires. So it is what it is. And then let's see how long we're going to expect to last on these. 8 to 10 laps. Let's say we get, let's aim for 7. Let's aim for getting 7 laps out of him. So let's say maybe we go with 8 laps of fuel, and that's again, that's probably high, but I'm going to go with it anyway. I want to make sure there's enough. I don't want to shortchange him too much. Yeah, and then obviously we're going to be aggressive off the start again. So Really hoping that I don't pay too much here. Done this race multiple times now. I keep screwing it up. Hoping that I don't pay too much for that qualifying mistake. But there's nothing for it right now other than to go forward. Gabler, number 1 here, number 1 in the championship. Now we're showing her form down to 6, but Stone's at 5. Lori's at 4, so yeah, I'm hoping that Gabler gets a good start, particularly given how little fuel she's carrying. Get out in front, because I still don't want to burn any fuel that I don't have to. If I've got extra hybrid energy coming in after this stint, I'm going to be okay with that. I think we're clearly probably going to be looking at a 3-stop race for both drivers. Alright, there's Gabler and Stone fighting for second. I'm going to already turn her down to high and neutral. Just see if I can get away with that. And I think I can. Go down to medium and neutral then. And Stone is going to have to drop the tires soon. Yeah, let's do it now. So we've got a little bit of life left in them. So really, I mean, you can't have a better start than this for us. First and second place. Of course, it's not going to last. Doing it with light fuel and aggressive driving, and yet we're already going to have to... oh goodness, I did that backwards. That's what's going on. No, I did that backwards. Got to go down to conserve now. Stone fighting with Lori for second place. Of course, they've got to be driving a lot more aggressively. Yep. And is Gabler. Here comes Lori. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some excess here by the time I wear out these tires. But you know what? I'm gonna be okay with that. Probably not going to use hardly any hybrid energy, so I'll use it on the next stint. And Stone now slipping down to 5th. Gabler, for the moment, holding the lead. And why don't we go hybrid now? Stone now down in 6th. So those tires just not doing it for him. Now I could... yeah, I'm going to go around one more lap with Gabler, which might be a mistake given the tire situation. But this is going to be it. Okay. 50 laps. I want to get about 15 laps out of each set of tires here, if we split it evenly. But for this first set, I'm going to have plenty of battery charge. I shouldn't need... on the other hand, I may want to go more aggressively to get through traffic. So there is that. So I'm just going to stick with 10 laps of fuel and plan on going aggressively as I need to. I think that's a decent balance there. You can see the parts all still at max condition. So yeah. That's what we're doing for Gabler. Let's take a look at Stone now, as he continues to fall back through the pack. He's going to make it around a bit longer, but not a lot longer. And, yeah. Gabler slipping back to second even before she comes in. Whoops. I almost, tires are at 28%. You know what? Let's stay out there more. Go ahead and go hybrid. No, you shouldn't need to go hybrid. Not with going into your last lap. So yeah, now let's bring him in. He's going to want almost 15, not quite. But yeah, go ahead and go up to not 15 laps. I go down to 14. And then, no point in recharging the battery. There we go. So Gabler coming out in last place, and there's no point whatsoever in pushing anything. The tires should have plenty of distance to last, so I don't need to worry about conserving those. At least not yet, but I wouldn't mind getting the temp down on them here. Just for the purpose of being able to have it up at neutral when I want to go through traffic. And now here comes Stone in. So Gabler's going to want to come back in around lap 20. And maybe 21 for Stone. Something like that is what we're going to aim for. So again, both with good charge in the battery, be able to use that to make up some time. But for right now, I just want to have them run, 6-second gap. And we can see some of the other cars starting to get low on their tires. Kaluza in particular, quite low. We're both running in the 6 range for our form here. So I pretty much just want to keep running solid. And the key is again, use as little time as possible. Like, use as little, not time, but don't get caught up in traffic any more than is absolutely necessary. It's going to be the key to run an efficient race here. And since we're pitting at different times than the others, we're just going to want to try to watch those margins. Be very curious to see what the margins are after some of these other drivers come in. And there's Kaluza going into the pit for the first time. Comes out behind Gabler, but ahead of Stone. Gabler looked like going to be able to hold her off, but if I can't, I'll just go up to medium on the tires there. And our form dropping a little bit here, so I'm not too excited about that. Of course, the first time I did this race, when I was up big at the end and then just screwed up and ran out of fuel, Andrea Gabler was up running at 8.9 8.0/9.0 by the end of the race. And I don't think I'm going to get that here, which means I'm going to have to work for things a lot more. Parisi has now come in, also ahead of Stone, who is in fact losing some ground. But I like the fact that Gabler's just running several laps. We're starting to come up on Capello here. See, we've got a couple more drivers pitting. I'm just passing drivers while they're in the pits. I'm not running into traffic, up to 15th now. The overall gap has increased slightly to Lori, actually. But Lori probably has less fuel, although the tires are worse, so that would be a factor in my favor. I'm also, conserving the tires here still. Won't be for too much longer either way. So, but that gap is staying pretty constant. We're going to see a lot of cars now coming in. The key is going to be these soft driver tires. Yep, there comes Holgerson. And Wood. And Gabler now up to 13th. So passed basically a third of the field without actually having to pass anybody. Here comes Holgerson on our bumper. We'll need to watch that margin very carefully. And Stone even going up to 19th over Wood, so gaining a position there as well. Yep, and we're going to have to definitely go back up to neutral. Try to hold off Holgerson. And also, we're within 2 seconds here. So we're going to have an interesting situation coming up with trying to get by Capello, the both of us. And Holgerson's still looking like the faster car. She's still pushing it. She's driving real fast. She's pushing both tires, and that's just not going to last very long. Nonetheless, I don't like losing that spot because we both pitted once. But, does have fresher tires. It's not the end of the world. Now I'm going to start moving up to neutral here also for Stone. Got a car about a second ahead. Got to watch his energy. His is up at 92% and Gabler's at 72%. But he's going to have to burn off some energy here. And now we've got Lori having pitted and Lori trying to pass us. And in fact doing so. So a big group right here. And I think I definitely want to go up to high and get through that. And let's burn off some energy here. There we go. And there, I think, is our pass that we're looking for, maybe. Gabler ahead of Capello. And now in behind Holgerson. Let this play out a bit longer. I had the right line on the inside there. Okay, let me go back to medium, see what happens. Stone now back to 17th. Let's set him up on some hybrid running. Gabler not quite ready to do that. But we're getting close. You know what? Let's do it and go at high because we've got the energy for it. And I feel like Lori's slowing us up. See if we can get by here. There we go. Staying alongside as we go into the turn. There we go. I'm liking that. We'll have to back off here eventually. But regardless, effectively, I'm in 5th, but effectively race leader because Bags, Sevilla, Blasi, Stefansson, they haven't come in yet. Three more laps to go. And I've really got to go back down to conserve. Let's see how I'm doing on condition. About a third of the way through the race, my park condition is fine. But she's only running a 4.9, Stone a 4.6. I'm not real happy with that. I think I could probably do one more lap at this pace, but then probably for lap 20 I'm going to want to back off to neutral. Maybe a little bit before lap 20 starts I'll do that backing off maneuver. Let's do it now. I don't need to do it now, but I want to make sure. So I'm definitely happy with this stint. Let's go neutral on the tires for this final 20th lap now. We're up to 3rd with more pitting, but yeah, being ahead of Lori here, I like that. And I just want to do the same thing again. If you look at the battery charge, I didn't lose much that time. So I want to go down 1 on the fuel. Go to 9 plus instead of 10 plus. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive here. Stone is up to 13th, which is still not great. But he's working his way through it. And again, I figure him to pit a lap later. I'm going to watch his fuel real close so that I can back off if I need to, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Here comes Gabler in for that second stop. Yeah, he should be able to make it around. Let's see what it's going to say about his fuel. Yeah, it says he's going to have 0.07 left. That's fine. Get back up to 15. And go back out and do it again. Of course, you're going to be almost down. He might run the next stint a lap shorter, which he has the capability of doing. Okay, Gabler, let's go high. I want to get by Dutt, and I want to do it now. Come on. Having a hard time making it stick. Got it, but can we keep it? I can't stay at high for a long time, so if we can't stay in front of Dud, I'm just going to have to let... That's actually wood now. It's not Dud. I don't know why I thought it was Dud. Wood's tires should be, like, collapsing at this point. So this really should be okay. And we have more traffic ahead. I need to go conserve so that I can have something left for that traffic. But we can see, like, when I came back out last time, it was 21 seconds. Now I'm less than 17 behind Lori. So I'm liking all of that. I feel that this race strategy is working. I'm winning these exchanges. I'm winning these stints up to 5.5, 5.6. So she's running better even though Stone is lower. And now Wood's going to come in. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Definitely need to go up to neutral here. Get by Roberts, who is also on wimpy tires. I don't want to spend a lot of time back here. Yeah, let's just go high. Let's get it done. Just getting in there on the inside. Let's switch back to medium. See if we can pull away here. Yeah, I don't see Roberts passing us on those tires. Let's go back to conserve. Okay. Now we continue the chase. We got a couple seconds to Tanaka. But then this trio, Tanaka, Dutt, Parisi, that trio could be interesting to surpass. And I may very well end up using more hybrid energy this time around, but I do have it saved up. Condition on the car is fine, so I don't mind going through some of it, and I may actually increase from high to overtake if I need to. You can see I'm really maintaining, though, the gap right here, so if I'm just maintaining it, then fine. Let's just keep going around. I'm sticking about the same distance behind Lori. So if I can run solid, I don't mind maintaining it and then just wait for their tires to wear out, wait for them to go into the pit, whatever. We are now halfway through the race. And Stone looking to be running very middle of the pack at best. It's time for him to go on a bit of a neutral here, but you know, despite his high qualifying finish, Stone not looking great, and part of it is just not driving very well. Gabler is maintaining driving pretty well, not great, but solid. Continuing to hang 2 seconds behind Tanaka. We are up to 6th due to somebody else going into the pits. I'm not sure who it was. And, yeah, Holgerson's going to have to go soon. Tanaka's going to have to go soon with those tires. So we're just going to pick up these positions and not have to fight through the traffic. Totally happy with that. I mean, I've got to conserve the tires at some point anyway. There's no reason not to do it now, because I can't just run on neutral all the time or they'll overheat. So, and there's 5th as Holgerson goes in. I'll go conserve a little bit more with Stone, because he's not in any big traffic right now. But I'm fairly disappointed in his run. We definitely need Gabler to win this race. She wins the race, she gets the pole, then we've got something. Right now, in 5th, you can see that, yes, Orange also, but Spartan would gain on us. And losing in this type of situation up to 4th now, that would give us 5 points. But I don't want to lose points to anybody in this race. I want to at least break even. So we're now up to 4th. We've lost a couple 3/10 to Lori. Losing a little more there. Okay, that's not great. But I'm still going to be out here for a few more laps, so I don't quite want to go up to neutral yet. I just don't think that that's going to accomplish anything. Getting close to the point where I'm going to want to go hybrid, but not quite there. I want to get to lap... I want to come in around lap 35, so I want to get about another 5 laps. Which, again, I'm going to have more than enough hybrid energy for that. So I might stretch it to a 6th. Although, I don't really think I want to do that. Nothing to worry about yet. Well, you're low enough. Why don't you, yeah, you're within a second of the car ahead of you. Go up to neutral. But as far as Gabler's concerned, I think that's about the right point. Let's go neutral and hybrid. Here's where we should try to pick up some of this ground now on Lori. You know what? I want to go conserve a little bit longer. Definitely got to go hybrid now on Stone. I almost forgot that. But I think I caught it just in time. So easy to forget these things. Stone up to 15th. Okay, should be able to go neutral now. We've only got... Oh, not quite yet. We've only got about 3 laps left. Lori running those tires awful low. I would think I would be able to start... Now I'm going to go neutral. I think I would be able to start picking up some time. Lori actually accelerating away, yeah, just burning stuff up. Lori has a lot less battery life, but just burning things to actually extend this lead. And also, I'm not driving as well, although Lori isn't driving great either. So, but I am disappointed that I'm not closing this gap. Soft tires, I mean, just... I really should be gaining. I should be gaining right now, and I'm not. So that's I'm not happy with that at all. Stone gradually working his way up a bit. He's up at 14th now. Whew. Up to third now as Dutt goes in. And I don't see any reason not to pit at the end of this. So let's just do that. If you look at the battery, it didn't go down much. So I'm going to lower... We'll go down to 8 plus. And I think I could get away with driving it down even further. But, you know, I'm not going to do that in case I have to go aggressively at some point. Yeah, I have to think I should be able to get a shorter pit stop here than Laurie's. That should shave off part of it. I mean, I think, you know, right now we've got Laurie and Rodriguez. I'm not worried about anybody else, but Laurie and Rodriguez could still very much beat Gabler. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And I think we need to ride along with Stone now. 14th, and again he's going to wait another lap before he comes in. Yeah, I actually lost a second somehow to Laurie on this stint, unless Laurie stays out there even longer. So that is just not good. So Gabler coming into the pit. Stone, I'm going to back off to high to make sure you have enough energy. Go and go conserve on the tires. And then, yeah. Gonna have 14 laps to go. And honestly, I think I need to take on one more lap of fuel just to be safe, because of how things are going here. So Gabler out in 7th. And into the final chase. Laurie is ahead with more worn out tires, but 14 seconds ahead. I don't think I'm catching Laurie. Let's see what happens when Rodriguez pits. And that really sucks, because I needed to win this race. So yeah, 14 seconds there. And Stefansson ahead. I'm in no hurry to catch Stefansson, because I'm going to just be pitting soon. So let's go conserve. Yep, I'm losing time still gradually to Laurie here. And I'm going to pick up part of that gap, there's no question. The interesting thing, though, is Laurie's tires, I don't think there's going to be much left of them at the end, because you've got to make that 15 laps too, and yeah, so that could be an interesting thing if Laurie has to go in quick to replace tires right at the end. And that's, frankly, that's probably going to be to decide this. So Stefansson goes in, we're up to 5th. Yeah, almost a 15-second gap now up to Laurie. Rodriguez is going to come in soon. Won't be too long on Sevilla. And there goes Rodriguez. Oh my goodness, what did Rodriguez do? Rodriguez just went in to get a quick tire change and came back out. So we're still behind them. Well, that's interesting. And Rodriguez should have enough to finish the race now. So we're going to have to legit catch Rodriguez, who is 5.5 roughly ahead. We got a 15-second gap now to Lori still. About 3 seconds to Sevilla, so question of how long Sevilla wants to stay out here is going to be big. Look at the energy. Lori has more energy than we do. Again, I just don't see a way. Do not see a way to catch her. Or catch him. Keep calling Lori her. Not a her. Maxime Lori is a guy. Thank you. I'm actually losing distance, well, losing and then gaining on Sevilla. So I've got about 6 laps. And I need to get about another 4 out of standard. Well, about where I want to be on fuel. I don't think I want to go I'm trying to like plan it out so that I use up my energy at the end correctly. But I think I'm better off just waiting for Sevilla to come in because she's going to have to soon. This gap is now shrinking just due to sheer driving on rims. Yeah, and so my tires are better than Rodriguez's and Lori's. That's about the only plus I have here. And now we're up to 4th. Sevilla comes in. And I think I want to go neutral. Want to try to get the tires up there in terms of heat, get the speed, as much speed so that if anybody does pit, I'm close enough to them to do something. That kind of deal. And I should be close enough to go hybrid, so I will. And I should be able to spend some time in high. Now the question is when, where, and I think I want to do it now. I should be able to go the rest of the race on hybrid. I'm in 4th, and I just want to start chasing these guys down. 16 seconds to Lori, about 7 to Rodriguez, and about 3 to Holgerson. With 6 laps to go, and there's my fastest lap of the race. That's nice. Keep that coming. See, while I am gaining ground, I'm not gaining nearly enough. And it looks like Lori, yes, Lori's conserving the tires. Looks like Lori wants to make it out there without coming back in, which is the wise move. Got a big lead, just sort of get around the track. Stone here in 16th. Might pick up some spots, but looking definitely not like a top 10 finish. Not what we want. So really paying a price for that screw up in qualifying with the tires. 1 second left. A little over 4 laps. I'm going to have to go off of high soon. I'm going to do it now, so maybe I can get a brief spurt of it later. So if I can't get above third, yeah, we're going to lose 4 points to Spartan if I can't get above third. And it's not looking likely. We'll see. I mean, those last couple laps especially, their tires, we only got 3 to go now, but their tires are going to start paying a price. Don't know that it'll be enough of one, though. And I'm gaining. You know, this gap was about 7 seconds to Rodriguez. Now it's about 4.5. I just don't think I'm gaining fast enough. And now I've got to duck down to conserve. So Lori's tires really in trouble now. If we go visit Lori, we can see, yeah, 24%. So now she's in the red zone. Rodriguez's tires, 30%, not quite to the red zone. Gabler's doing just fine on those tires. Go hybrid, I waited too long for that. I'm going to have to... Yeah, in order for him to finish the race, I'll probably have to back off that. Final lap is here. I should be able to go high the rest of the way. Go high in neutral. See what we can do. We're 3.5 seconds back. That's too far to really do anything. Stone, go ahead and burn for a while. There we go. And Gabler finishes third. Stone does run out of fuel. What the heck? I thought he had plenty. Oh, I switched him to the energy saving mode instead of hybrid. Oh, stupid, stupid, stupid. 11 points. CVA moved up one. That is not what I wanted from this race. But I think I lost it in the qualifying session. I would have done much better if I hadn't lost in the qualifying session. Also would have been much better if I didn't screw up the first attempt at it, in which I was leading by 5 seconds with a lap to go. Who knows, maybe something happens here that helps us. Nope. Kaluza had a drive-through penalty. So Holgerson got the fastest lap. At least Spartan didn't get that. But, yeah. Drivers' Championship, Gabler, of course, still well on top. But only a 5-point lead now. And there's still a full third of the season to go. This is the one we need to kick butt on, and we didn't. So I'm definitely going to have to try to bounce back from this. Still very doable. But this was a big opportunity missed. You better deliver, chip winners. Yeah. Can do a lot better than that. Bobby Stone just told me. Ha ha ha. Bobby Stone is so hot. No. Just no. Okay, how is Stone's morale still at 100% when all of that stuff is going on? That's my question. What in the world? 4.9. Yeah, the last 2 races, his form has not been great. This is the lowest form she's had in the last 3 races, and one of her lower ones of the season. Chairman happiness is down just 5%. I expected a bigger hit than that. Slight hit to markability. Nothing to be overly concerned about there. We did hit both of the sponsor bonuses. Pole in the qualifying, 3rd there. So we only lose 100K. So we have 4 races left. 5-point lead in the standings. Messed up a big opportunity there, but hopefully we better understand what to do in second round of qualifying. Have to have our best lap on fresh tires, basically, so that we can start off the race properly. And yeah, it looks like it's going to go down to the wire. But each race lately, the last few races, been up and down, not hitting necessarily the expected results. So, we'll be back next time with the Ardennes in Belgium, and hopefully at that point we will we will do a little better with the strategy and not mess it up. So that'll be next time. Thank you for watching.